here.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
All right, let's go to Washington. Republican National Committee Chairman Reince Priebus taking time out from parties, briefings, polling calls, leaked exit poll analysis to talk to us. Mr. Chairman, thanks for coming in.
Hey, for having me, guys.
We appreciate it. So let's just start off by asking what you're hearing. You obviously are seeing exit polls, as a lot of people do, and you're talking to candidates out there. In general, is there anything you're seeing out there that's discouraging you?
Nothing that's discouraging me, none at all. In fact, it's sort of just a little bit of the opposite. I'm going to overhype it because, you know, all these anecdotes, it's hard to, you're sort of chasing rabbits all the time. But the Virginia situation is one that is sort of bubbling up here at the RNC and around, I think, Washington, and that's what I'm hearing among the press corps.
If Ed Gillespie wins, it proves he can be National Committee Chairman and still go on to something great.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Man, I'm going to be on Jon Stewart later. I better get ready for these jokes.
Mr. Chairman, we're hearing that CNN is projecting that John Kasich, your friend, has won the Ohio governorship. That's not going to come as a big surprise to you, I'm sure. But talk to us a little bit about what a big national figure John Kasich could be if he wins re-election by a large margin, as many expect.
Well, yeah, if you look at what John's done in Ohio, I mean, he's really, you know, obviously balanced the budgets, cut taxes, but he did it in a way that I think helped build a lot of bridges there, and you're seeing him win by, my guess is he's going to win by over 20-some points in Ohio when it's all said and done. But if you look at these governors throughout the Midwest, they've all sort of taken the same lead, Scott Walker, Rick Snyder, Mike Pence, and John Kasich, and they really have done an incredible job of uniting their base and their party, but also leading with some pretty bold, big things that, you know, might be politically risky, but I think they're going to be rewarded. My buddy Scott Walker is going to be in a close race, but I think he's going to pull it off, and so is Rick Snyder in Michigan.
Mr. Chairman, there's no better warm-up for being on with Jon Stewart than taking a question from Al Hunt. So consider this practice. Al?
Mr. Chairman, we go back a long ways. Good to see you, sir. Looking at those...
Yes, we do, and I think I've made all of my gaffes on your show.
Well, let's keep the streak going if we can, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Looking at those tentative findings from the exit polls, it would appear this is largely an anti-Obama mandate tonight. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think it is, and obviously these lieutenants have followed his path off the plank, and so that's one piece of it. The other piece is that you've got to put a good team on the field, and I think if you look across the board, we've put a good team on the field, and then it takes a ground game and all the mechanics and boring stuff that our party has to be better at to get the whole job done.
Anita Dunn has a question, Mr. Chairman.
Hi, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Hi.
So
nice to see or hear you.
Yes. Okay. Well, you know, besides the fact that you haven't fulfilled Al Hunt's wish that you continue your string of gaffes, let me give you another chance here. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
At least according to some of the early exits in some of these states, it looks like the Republican Party will not have succeeded in reaching out to some of the communities, diverse groups that have gone overwhelmingly for Democrats in presidential election years. Was this the result of just not trying in this midterm, or do you feel like this is an area where you still have a lot of work to do?
Well, I mean, I think we have a lot of work to do, but I kind of, I guess, reject the premise, because I think what you're going to see is that in Hispanic and black communities across the board, we've made significant gains. I think if you look in Colorado, I know it's really early to prove any of this stuff, and I'm sure people will analyze it later, but we've actually done very well there. And in some polling, Cory Gardner was winning Hispanics against Mark Udall as a whole in Colorado. And if that comes to pass, that we actually, whether we win or get very close to winning on the Hispanic vote in Colorado, I think that's going to be a big story. We put an unprecedented amount of money and engagement efforts, Anita, in Hispanic communities and black communities for 2 years now. I don't think it's going to just take 2 years or 4 years. This is like a 20-year program that we have to be better at.
Mr. Chairman, if you bomb on Jon Stewart, tell him you're twice as funny as Tommy Thompson and Scott Walker combined. That's my advice.
No problem. Will do.
Now, if you do well, how late are you going to be hanging out with donors tonight?
Well, you know, I'm doing the rounds until about 12:15, so. You know, I'm going to definitely go pay my respects to a lot of the people that help pay for this stuff.
We call them generous supporters. I call them donors. You call them generous supporters. Are you strategizing already with
investors?
With Senator McConnell, Speaker Boehner? Can we expect some sort of unified Republican event tomorrow or message tomorrow about what this means?
Yeah, we're going to have a press conference at the RNC tomorrow. I think it's about at noon with the leadership in the House and the Senate. And we're going to talk about the election and what it means.
With Senator McConnell, and Speaker Boehner?
I don't know if McConnell's going to be there. I think the head of the Senate committee and the Congressional committee and some others are going to be there. I don't have the full list in front of me.
Mr. Chairman, do you have any doubt that you're going to know that you have the majority in the Senate tonight by the time we go to bed, whatever time that is? Or do you think we're going to be waiting until December or January?
I don't have a doubt.
You don't have a doubt?
No, I think we're going to be net 6. Well, no, I don't. Well, I think we'll be net 6 today or early tomorrow morning.
All right, Mr. Chairman, we look forward to watching you on TV later tonight. Maybe if you have a moment, you'll come back and join us again.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
a lot, Mr. Chairman. Reince Priebus of Wisconsin.